children, welcome to I Love Science. Today we have got lots of exciting and interesting experiments about magnets. We will have activities about magnetic food, magnetic ink, magnetic levitation, magnetic braking, motors and generators, making your own compass, and in the end we will have lots of bonus activities for you which are based on attraction and repulsion, and you can do them at your home. So let's start. So we are starting with some cornflakes and some other cereals because companies claim that they are fortified with iron and minerals. So if I float a little piece of cornflakes here, then let's see if my magnet can attract this. Now let's try that if our magnets can also interact with some iron in the apple. Okay, so our apple is now hanging in two pieces from this thread, and then let's see if from our magnet we are able to repel this. For this activity, we are using this laser printer ink. It has magnetic properties which is used for printing in the printers. And we have taken some ink powder and dissolved it with oil. Now let's see with the magnetic property of this ink, what can we do? Now if we bring our magnets near it, then you should see that this ink paste is interacting with our magnets, and then we should also be able to attract this ink using our magnets. We are able to attract it with the magnet, and it can also hold the weight of our magnets. We can move the ink like this. All of you may have used compass, and you know that compass always points in the north direction. But if you don't have a compass, you can also download a compass app on your mobile, and that will also show you where is north. Now, can you make your own compass? Let's do that. For making your own compass, we are using a small awl pin. You can use a needle or a pin, and then rub it with something made of iron like a knife or scissors, and rub it in the same direction about 100 times. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. So we will rub it 100 times. We have taken a small sheet of thermocol and cut a circle out of that. Now we will put our needle, which has been magnetized, and then put it on the thermocol. We're putting a drop of glue so that the needle does not fall from this. And if we float our needle on the thermocol sheet on this, then if it has been magnetized properly, then it should also point in the direction of north. So now if we turn this into some other direction, it should come back to north-south direction. So you can see that it comes back and stops in this direction only because this is pointing towards the north direction. You can also check that the direction shown by our compass and our needle is in the same direction. Our next activity with magnets is magnetic levitation. Levitation means something actually floats in the air without touching anything on the ground. This concept is also used in bullet trains, where they actually float a little bit above from the tracks so that their movement can be very fast. Let's see how can we make a small magnetic levitation toy. So we will levitate this pencil, and we have put two ring magnets on the pencil, and for the base of our levitation toy, we have got this rubber base where we have put two magnets here, which will be near the rear magnet, and two magnets at the front magnet. Now the direction of these base magnets is such that the rear magnets should repel the magnet on the pencil, and front magnets should attract the magnet on the pencil. And if we put a plastic piece here and then adjust the distance of these magnets properly, then we should be able to get this pencil to levitate in air, right? Let's see this even more closely. So you should be able to see now that this pencil is actually floating in the air. It's not touching the rubber piece anywhere at the ground. Okay, and if I actually turn the pencil, you can see it clearly shaking in the air. So this is the little magnetic levitation toy that we can make with ring magnets. Our next activity is magnetic braking, which works on the concept of eddy currents. So let's see how we do that. We are using these three pipes. All three are hollow pipes of approximately the same length, and one is made of copper, one is made of aluminium, and third one is plastic, right? And you can see that all of them are hollow pipes. Now we have taken these strong neodymium magnets. If we put these magnets in the plastic pipe, 1, 2, 3, right? So it comes in less than a second, in this distance. Now, if I put the same magnets in the aluminum pipe, then let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, right? Now, let's do the same thing in the copper pipe, and then let's see how long does it take. 1, 2, 3. So let's try this. On count of 3, I will drop this. 1, 2, 3. It actually took more than 3 seconds for the magnet to come down. Now what is the reason for this? This is because of eddy currents, that because of the movement of magnets, the current is generated in the metallic pipe, and because copper is a good conductor, it is able to flow a lot of current, and the current is so high that it works like an electromagnet, and that electromagnet opposes the flow of the magnet and it slows down. We can see the same effect using a different experiment also. So for this setup, we have taken 4 strong neodymium magnets and hang them from a thread so that it works like a pendulum. So you see, if I move it like a pendulum, then it simply moves like a pendulum, right? But if we want to demonstrate magnetic braking, we can bring in a copper plate below this. You can see the magnets don't get stuck onto this, they don't get attracted to copper. So if we pull this and then leave the pendulum, so you can see that it stops immediately. Because of changing magnetic field, the current is generated in copper, and its direction is such that the electromagnetic effect generated by that current opposes the movement of magnet, and the magnet slows down. In the next activity, we will make a simple electric motor with the help of some strong magnets. So for this activity, we are taking one AA cell and attaching a few neodymium magnets at the bottom of the cell, right? Now we are using this aluminum wire, and it is enamel coated, and we have put that in a specific shape so that the current flows from top and to the bottom towards the magnets, and we have scraped the wire so that it touches the positive side here and touches the magnets for the negative side. Let's see how this motor works. We can try one more design of this wire. This one is a spiral, and let's see if this one also works. Our next activity with magnets is a generator which can actually generate electricity. So let's see how this works. So this is our generator that we have assembled. It has about 500 turns of copper wire around it, and in between we have put 4 strong neodymium magnets which can turn inside this coil. And if I turn these magnets inside the coil, then it should generate electricity. Let's see this. So you should be able to see these LED lights glowing as we turn the magnet inside the coil. So these were 7 interesting activities using magnets. Now, as a bonus, we have 7 simple activities that children can do, which are based on simple attraction and repulsion of magnets. Let's do these quickly. This little toy is based on a simple magnetic attraction. We have bent a steel wire like an electric pole here, and on top we have put 2 small neodymium magnets. Now we have chosen the height in such a way so that it's a little more than the height of this pen, and on top of the pen we have put a small ring magnet, and then let's see if it becomes our pen stand, where our pen actually stands freely because of the attraction of these magnets. So I can use this pen for writing, and then when I want to keep it back, I just bring it here and it stands here. For this next activity, I have got this kite made of paper, and let's see if we can actually hang it in the air using some magnetic magic. So you see, if I bring this kite here, then I should be able to hold the kite in air. Okay. Now how does this magic work? Because this kite actually has a paper clip which is made of iron, and that clip is getting attracted towards this magnet which is here on this stand. So that is how our magic kite is working. So I am holding these strong neodymium magnets on my hand. If I bring my hand near these paper clips, then I should be able to attract a lot of paper clips in my hand. So can you see this? And if I remove this magnet, then all these paper clips should just fall down. For this next activity, I have got these strong neodymium magnets on top of the stand, and let's see if I can hang a few coins in the air which should get attracted towards this. Okay, so you can see that these coins are floating in the air, and because they are getting attracted towards these strong magnets on top. And if I remove these magnets, for this next activity, we have taken a few ring magnets, and if we put these ring magnets on the straw one by one, then let's see what we can do. So I put my first ring magnet, and the second magnet I will put in the reverse direction, so that you see it actually floats in the air, and I can move it like this, right? I put one more magnet on this, one more magnet, and this is how I can put any number of magnets, and if they are in the right direction so that they repel each other, then I can make these magnets float on this straw. Our next activity is this little toy of a jumping frog. So let's see how this frog jumps over these magnets. below this paper strip of the frog, there is this magnet, and when it moves over these magnets below this plastic strip, then it repels and then comes back. Now we have one more magnetic toy for you, where there is a butterfly which is hovering over a few flowers, and you see that it keeps hovering on top of these flowers randomly. Now, do you see how this is working? It is not a simple pendulum where magnet will just keep oscillating in the same swinging motion. Here, the magnet at the butterfly is getting repelled by four magnets hidden below each of these flowers, and because they repel it, butterfly just keeps hovering on different flowers in a random manner. And if you move these flowers, the motion of the butterfly also changes accordingly. So these were the activities and tricks with magnets. I hope you like them. Now, do you know where do we use magnets in real life? Have you seen or used some magnets? Please give your answer in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe our channel so that you never miss any interesting science video in future. Till then, thank you. Bye bye.